Welcome to Almost Daily Videos. My name is Susan Vance. I belong to SNAP, Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests. If you want to know more about our global mission, please go to snapnetwork.org. This is day 31, even though I said yesterday it was day 31. Today really is day 31 of Hold Them Accountable. We're holding accountable Archbishop Fobb and the people who work in the diocesan offices of the Diocese of Knoxville. We have two porno priests. One is identified, one is yet to be identified, and we'll continue to talk more about Father Anthony Pinnacle as the days go on. Today I'm deviating slightly for another reason, but let Fobb and the diocese know that this pornography that we've been talking about is a blight upon the days of Fobb as Apostolic Administrator of Knoxville. In a very wonderful article by Tyler Whetstone of the News Sentinel, he describes the changes in the policies of the diocese. One is the retaliation policy. We're going to finish talking about that a little bit today. Retaliation, it says in the new policy, the accused may not retaliate against the accuser or against anyone reporting the abuse. And they also may not gather someone else to do the retaliation for them. This is a new thing. Two things: clergy sex abuse of minors and sexual exploitation of adults are dealt with in the policy. Both of these are abuse of power. All of this is a violation of trust, and just like rape and all the other abuse violations, they are not about sex, they're about abuse of power and violation of trust. The sexual exploitation that we're going to talk about is not an affair, it is not a relationship. Please do not use those words in regard to this at all. It is flat out abuse. So sexual exploitation is abuse. In March 2020, Celeste Arnone filed a lawsuit against the Catholic Diocese of Knoxville and Father Michael Sweeney. We're going to talk a little bit about that. It's a public document. It's in the public domain. It is a public record, just so that no one thinks, oh, she's revealing things she's not supposed to. You can go to the Knox County Circuit Court and get all the documents about this case if you wish, and I'll tell you more about that later. This is the declaration of Richard Sticka, is document number 1, his sworn testimony in this case. Document number 2 is going to be the plaintiff's response to a request for summary judgment. In 2019, way before this ever was filed, the retaliation began. On March 7th of 2019, Bishop Richard Sticka, Father Douglas Owens, and Father David Boatner were on a conference call with Miss Arnone and a friend of hers. During this, she asked for an apology. She asked that her abuse be acknowledged by them, and they did acknowledge that there was sexual exploitation and it had occurred, and Bishop Sticka called it very stupid, very sinful and stupid, and that was March 7th. He said it defied and broke canon law, the 10 Commandments, the vow of celibacy, the priestly code of conduct, and the diocesan policies and procedures relating to sexual misconduct. Now, on that same day, there were 6 different times Sticka said that there would be an apology from Father Sweeney, because that's what Miss Arnone wanted, acknowledgement of what happened and an apology from Sweeney. Well, on March 14th, 7 days later, Sweeney wrote Sticka, and it's all in the documents, wrote him saying in an email that he was not going to write a letter of apology, and in fact, he was going on a counter-offensive against the victim. It's all here, and I'm going to outline it in an easier way to see it. He said he was going on this counter-offensive, and it would cost emotionally, psychologically, and financially will be devastating to the victim. That's what he said, March 14th. Unbelievable threats to this victim. Richard Sticka, in his statement, says, and I will try to read it easily if I can, I did not authorize the letter and would not have approved of it had I become aware of it before it was sent. So he, in his sworn statement, this is what he said about the letter, threatening letter to Miss Arnone. On March 28th, the letter arrived at her door. A threatening letter, and Sticka says, I would not have approved it had I known it was going to be sent. Well, he knew 14 days earlier, because Sweeney had told him, I'm going on a counteroffensive. I'm sending her this letter, and I'm going to, it's going to be devastating financially and every other way. So tomorrow's episode is going to be what happened in 2020. It didn't stop with this first threatening letter. Come back and see what other retaliation an accused priest did against a victim. In the meantime, if you want to download the 2 documents I'm using, I will put down below the link where you can go and download those documents and read them yourself. Those 2, there are many documents in the case, but those 2 I think will give you most of the information that you will want to know. Please call the Diocese, 865-584-3307. Tell them how upset you are with all the things that are going on here. Also, go to theangrycatholic.com, episode 221, for the full story about the porno priest, the one who is not identified. If you want to see all of these videos in order, you can go to youtube.com/@snaptn/videos, and they will be all in order and you can see. This is a blight upon the diocese. What happened to this victim and the fact that she had the courage to continue is a tribute to her and a blight upon this diocese and its administration. Come back tomorrow, day 32. Thank you.